Hello, everyone. This is a great honor for me being here with you in such a big event. So first of all, I would like to thank to the organization to consider me as a speaker. No? The topic I'm going to talk right now with you is about talent identification and development program in the Spanish basketball, which is possible something opposite that we hear in the last talks, because probably the point of view we're going to talk right now is from the uh, perspective of a national federation that try, among other goals, to get some good results. No, so having said this, probably some of you could consider the Spanish basketball program as a successful program, because in the recent years we got some big results, as when we won the last World Basketball Championship with our senior men team, or when we won the Euro Basketball Championship with our woman team, or if you take a look at the FIBA web page and you look at the different rankings, so you could find Spain almost every time on the top countries. So probably we could understand this as a successful programs. And now the idea is try to show you how we organize these programs to get that results, which factors are behind the scenes. No. First, before to get deep into to put you in your mind as two simple ideas, the first one is that success is dependent on many factors. We can't now explain success only with one single factor. We must consider there are many factors around the basketball. Here you can watch how many factors we can see around the development of expert basketball players. And even sometimes we also must consider the luck, because sometimes it helps or sometimes it doesn't. No, so this is the first idea. The second one, process that we start at the end of the day, we will arrive to the success. This is not the reality. The reality is we're facing a non-linear process, and up and down process way to from the start to the end, and sometimes we're going to face big problems before to get the results. No? So having said this, at the end of the day, the identification program, the most important thing is how we distribute our economic resources, how we distribute our funding, our money to get the results we want. No, so how we do this in the Spanish Basketball Federation? At the end, we split the program into three different stages. The first one is what we call the talent identification program, that we run from under 12 teams, both boys and girls teams, till under 15 teams. And the main goal of this program is at the end to get a deep knowledge of the category, and to know as much as possible the different players that could form the national young teams, which is the second stage of this program. This second stage runs from under 16 teams to under 20 teams, and consider is because the moment with the official competition in the the Eurobasketball competition, the World Championships competition. No, the third stage are the senior teams. The men's senior team and the women's senior team. If we take a look deeper on these stages, for example, this is something I want to show you. We start working with our under 12 players, and we organize a summer camp, 5 days summer camp, and we call for 36 boys and 36 girls. And this is the start of the process. And then we move to the next stages until we arrive to our young national teams. And for example, I want to show you the activities we organize with our under 16 teams. In this case, we start working with 15 players, and we organize 3 different camps during the year. I mean, 5 days Christmas camp and 7 days Easter camps and 34 days summer camp. So at the end of the year, we start working with our team about 45, 50 days, working with the different players. All of our teams have the same staff. I mean, 3 basketball coaches, one strength and conditioning coach, one doctor, one physician, and obviously one team manager. And this process ran along all the years and coming from the under 12, under 13 till under 20 teams. Okay, so this is more or less real quick explain the process, how we organize it. What is important for me is to explain you that all the teams from under 12 to under 20 has the same philosophy. I mean, have the same concepts on offense and on defense, because we have some small books where you can find how we want to guard, how we want to defense, how we want to play the offense. Splits obviously in the different categories for the under 12 to under 13 to under 14 till the under 20. And at the end of the day, the under 20 team is playing very, very similar to our senior national teams. Okay. Obviously, there are more factors around this process. Some of them I want to talk with you because I think they'll help a lot this process. The first one is that you must consider that Spain basketball is the second main sport at our country. I mean that after soccer, basketball is the second sport with many official licenses. It's with many people playing basketball in an official way. And this is what we see. This is the top of the mountain. But what is behind the scene is that if you walk around Spain in a regular weekend and a regular week, I mean, not right now with the coronavirus crisis, no, in a regular situation, if you walk around Spain in a normal weekend, you can find official games, you can find friendly games coming from, with teams coming from other countries. And so it's basketball. I could say that basketball is in the air, no, because we have so many games, and this is a big opportunity for the players to evolve and to get a good environment to develop their skills. So, and for example, this is an example I want to share with you. We think in a under 16 player, and we try to find out how many games he's going to play per year, and we start control their Spanish Plus Championship. Probably he will play 35, 40 games, and we have the regional Spanish Championship is about 7 games more, and we take in count the probably friendly games they played before the official games is about 10 games. And finally, if this player goes to the national team, at the end is going to play between 12 to 20 games, and then official competition is 7 games more. So at the end of the year, and of the 16 guy, will probably play around 80, 85 basketball games, no? And probably we could even add some more games in a structured way, or as a free play or another situation. So that, from my point of view, this is critical, because at the end, our basketball players are thinking in basketball many times, or many days during the year. And finally, sorry, and this amount of games we have all around Spain allow us, the Spanish Federation, to organize a really good track system, to know everything about all our players, to have the options to go and look how he plays and to talk with his coaches. And so all this environmental culture around basketball helped a lot to get that results. No? finally, from my point of view, this is a personal point of view, there's another factor that helps a lot to get the results is that we have a head coach now on the national team that is so involved in all the young teams that we only can be thankful for this. And believe me, he knows every player, he knows every players, and he talks with the families and he talks with the coaches who is involved during the day by day on the development program. So this is something that helped a lot to us. No? For sure, as this is one side of the coin, and the other side is that obviously we face some problems in the close horizon in the future. Uh, and if we change the way we look at this program, right now, as Professor Bates said, we are facing some problems because the accuracy of this talent development program is so small that we are losing some players on the way. No, and this is a big problem because right now probably we could face or we could find some player that after playing the under 20 Euro basketball championship, he dropped out from the basketball, and this is a big problem. No, so we must try to resolve this in the short term. For sure, this is something typical in this process. We face a big problem from the transition from junior to senior teams. As I said before, we are losing some players and we need to manage this before, because from my point of view, this is critical if we want to improve the process. No? The other problem we are facing right now, although it's in Spanish, I'm going to translate you, is that now, some of our basketball players, or most important basketball players, are leaving Spain and going to the States to run their dual career. I mean, to run the basketball career and academic career. From the basketball point of view, from the performance point of view, for us, this is a problem. I mean, I understand this from the personal point of view, for the academic point of view, but if we look at this process only for the performance point of view, probably we will lose some basketball players on the way.